ladies final. Krista Pöllänen of Finland up against Marija Tkacenko of Latvia. Best of 3, remember, to take the title away that was won by Kirsten Penny of England last year in Greece. And it's Tkacenko who gets us underway. And she's had a few practice bowls.
Yeah, leaves a 10-pin on the right-hand side of the lane. And unfortunately, the long always dropped that one in the gutter. So that's really the worst start you could possibly want for the young girl from Latvia. Krista Pöllänen right in the 1-3 pocket for a strike.
So work to do already for Tkacenko. And leaves up the 10-pin again.
Well, she'll need to make a spare this time. She really can't afford 2 open frames. Use the hard plastic ball. Skids down and takes the 10-pin away quite nicely.
So Pöllänen looking for a double hit after a strike in the first frame. Same results. And she's on a double now. Krista Pöllänen, really bright start, taking advantage of the opening frame and the spare so far from Tkacenko. But she strikes for the first time in frame 3.
Don't know if you noticed, Wayne, the extremely high backswing of Krista Pöllänen from Finland. Last year she won the World Games gold medal. Just see how high the backswing goes, right up in the air above her head, which is unusual for a lady bowler. Working on 2 strikes, looking to make 3 in a row.
And there, another perfect example of that high backswing. It is a turkey straight off from Krista Pöllänen. And what a start she has made to the opening game of this final. Work for Tkacenko here then. And makes the double through frames 3 and 4.
Yeah, slightly high through the headpin, but managed to carry all 10 pins. Krista herself here looking for 4 in a row. Very much playing down an oil line round about 15 board and just letting the ball roll up nicely. Not looking for too much hook on the longer of the lane dressings.
Great start from Pöllänen. 4 strikes. Oh, that's disappointing for Tkacenko, who's been struggling a bit.
Yeah, misses the hairpin on the right-hand side, leaves the washout. This will have to be a good-looking, accurate shot for a spare.
And gets it.
Absolutely great. Yeah, fantastic-looking shot from the young lady from Latvia.
Well, that's certainly going to be confidence-building for Tkacenko. That was a terrific spare.
Well, the unfortunate thing, she's got that 9 miss in the first frame, so she's really got to throw some strikes together now to try and cover that. But Pöllänen has a single-pin spare in frame 5, having started with the first 4 strikes in a row.
Yeah, an end to that terrific run of strikes, but remains clean. Halfway stage of the opening game. Comfortable lead at the moment for the Finn. Tkacenko in the 6th frame, and again only takes away 7.
Yes, high through the headpin, leaves the 3-6-10, which is a makeable spare, and she's going to have to make it to prevent herself falling further behind.
And she doesn't, and for the second time we have an open frame from the Latvian.
Yeah, falling further and further behind now, and Krista Pöllänen is just going to turn the screw and make sure she can win this game by shooting yet another strike. That's the 5th strike out of 6 frames. Almost a 40-pin lead now. Well, I'm afraid the Latvians' bowling ball just didn't get up there and turn at all, did it? Hit the hairpin and just went straight through, leaving 6. What we call the bucket. Brilliant. Must make the spare, and does. So it's a good-looking spare, but unfortunately she needs strikes.
Not going at all well for the Latvian. Just as well for her it is. Best of 3. Coach there doing his bit, trying to pep her up. She knows she has to win the next 2 now because the Finn is in full control. Just leaves a spare. I'll tell you what, almost got herself a strike there as she turned her back. Look at that.
Hit from behind.
Stayed up though, frustratingly for Pöllänen.
Should be a straightforward spare with a hard spare ball. And with a harder surface, just goes nice and straight. Not looking for any hook. In trouble now, the girl from Latvia.
Yeah, I think she's already looking towards 2 now. That's better. Found the line much better that time. It's third strike of this opening game.
Well, the thing is, Wayne, if she knows she's not going to win the game, she's got to experiment slightly, try and find something and have a shot for the second game. Give herself a chance in the whole match.
Pöllänen absolutely flying. Takes all 10 again.
Absolutely devastating, yes, she really is. And locked and loaded. She's not going to be moving at all. The ball's going right in the pocket for her every time.
And that's a double for Tkacenko.
Pretty much all over, though. The girl from Finland's just got to keep the ball on the lane. Stay clean, do nothing silly.
And that certainly isn't silly. She really is on fire.
Yeah, she's going to be 230 if she's not careful. Unfortunately, the young lady from Latvia has missed the headpin on the right-hand side yet again.
Yeah, we've seen that far too often, haven't we? In the final of a competition like this, you can ill afford to miss the headpin.
Yeah, she's just not getting the rotation around the ball and the hook in the back end. So she's made a spare in frame 10. Earns herself one more bonus ball, but she can only be in the 180s, which in the final of a European Championship is really not good enough. So she's going to have to find something in game 2, or she'll be taking the early flight home. Keith Hale on the Communications web streaming. World Bowling Writers Association.
Well, that time she caught the headpin, Cass, but too heavy this time. She just can't find the pocket at the moment.
No, she's struggling just a little bit on that, especially on that left-hand lane. 187 is her score, which unfortunately is not going to be good enough. So she's going to lose the first game. She's going to have to regroup and try and find something extra, and take game number 2 and hopefully push it into a third deciding leg.
So Krista Pöllänen to finish off. She knows she has herself the lead, just leaves the 10 pin up to spare here, and herself the extra ball. So crucial though in a best of 3 to get that first one out the way and get it into the bag, so to speak. Pöllänen will have the confidence just to be a bit freer maybe in the second game.
Well, she's looked pretty confident in this game.
I was going to say, yeah, she started off magnificently, didn't she, with the 4 straight strikes. And finishes off to score 237. So, what, 50 pins better than Marija Tkacenko. Pöllänen really looking on the march here.
So game 1 is out the way. 237, 180.